In this video, I'm going to show you how the services document works. The services document is a task that runs in the background, running logical programs, using the built-in scripting language C#, in which execution can be condition, trigger or startup type. Some use case examples for using uses of the services document includes: run a script to save a report, run a script after changing a tag, run a script after an alarm is triggered, run a script whenever the application starts, and any other logic that is needed. It is important to mention that the execution performance of services documents will depend on the processing of the computer where ADISRA SmartView is installed. To create a new services document, right-click Services and then click New Document. A new document is added to the application. Services document is divided into three parts. Document settings, which contains a field to enable or disable the document. Service settings, which contains run type information. Service script, which contains the area to insert the script will be used based on the type of execution. Use the document settings parameters in this document as follows. Enable, enables or disables services document. You can also use a Boolean tag to enable or disable the document. Use the service settings parameters in this document as follows. Type defines the type of execution condition or trigger. It is possible to use an expression in the field where true is set. If the expression is true, the script below will be executed. Interval defines the time interval that the script execution should occur. The time value is specified in a format of millisecond. For example, 1000 would be 1 second, 10,000 would be 10 seconds. There is no minimum and maximum time limit. Description defines the document description. Use the service script area to enter the script to be executed according to the type of execution. Now, let's get to know each type of execution of the services document. The condition type execute a script if the condition is true. Then, every X millisecond as defined in the service settings, the script entered in the service script field will be executed. The time interval defined in milliseconds must be defined in the interval field. If the in the field is set to true, a tag can be entered, and if this tag is set to true, the script will be executed. Let's create a service document to increment a tag's value. Select the condition option and in the field on the side, let's add the following expression. And in the interval field, change it to 3 seconds. Now, let's add the tag which will be increment in runtime mode. According to the filled fields, whenever the condition is true, the script will be executed every 3000 milliseconds. Let's test the increment. So, let's start the application in runtime mode. Open Data Watcher to change the value of tag test. Let's change the value of the tag test and verify that the expression works as expected. As you can see, the script worked. The trigger type executes a script if the value of the trigger tag changes from false to true or true to false. The trigger tag must be of type Boolean. Select the trigger option and in the field on the side, let's add the following tag. Now, let's add the tag which will be increment in runtime mode. According to the filled fields, whenever the trigger tag @tag_boolean is true, the script entered in the service script field will be executed. Let's test the increment. So, let's start the application in runtime mode. Open the Data Watcher to change the value of the Boolean tag. Let's change the value of the Boolean tag and verify that the expression works as expected. As you can see, the script worked. It is possible to run the service script from a services document, even if the chosen condition is not satisfied. For example, if a services 1 script is added to the mouse down event of a button, the script in the services 1 document will be executed whenever the button is pressed. Let's create a new screen. Add a new button. Select the button and in the mouse down event, insert the following script. Then, whenever the button is pressed, the script in the services document will be executed, even if the condition defined in the services 1 document is not satisfied. So, let's start the application in runtime mode. Let's open the Data Watcher to check if after pressing the button, the script will be executed. As you can see, the script worked. From a services document, it is possible to execute a system function. From a services document, it is possible to execute a system function. All system functions can be found in the navigation tree and then in System Function Library. The Stop App function is located in the SCADA Applications library. So let's add a function to turn off runtime mode. Let's insert a new service document. Change the type to trigger, and then add the tag in the expression field. To access a function, type SV and then the libraries will be shown. Select the SCADA Application library and then select the Stop App option. So, let's start the application in runtime mode. Let's open the Data Watcher to check if after changing the Stop App value the runtime mode will be stopped. As you can see, the script worked. Let's create a services document to assign the value of a tag to another tag. Select Trigger option. Add trigger date tag and set to date time. Now add a script to assign the value of the system tag called datetime to the tag created earlier. So, let's start the application in runtime mode. Let's open the Data Watcher to verify that after changing the value of the trigger date tag, the value will be assigned as expected. As you can see, the script worked. By default, the application automatically creates a service document called Startup. The script inserted in this service will be executed every time the runtime is started. Please note that the startup document cannot be removed from the application. For this example, it will not be necessary to create a new services document, as the startup service is already inserted in the application. So let's open the startup service and add the following script. Add the DateNow tag and assign the value of the system tag called datetime. On the second line, Let's add a tag called test 3000 which will be increment. So, let's start the application in runtime mode. Let's open the Data Watcher to verify that after starting the application in runtime mode, the DateNow tag will receive the value of the datetime tag and the test 3000 tag will be increment. As you can see, the script worked. More information about the services document can be found in the help document. Thanks for watching until the end. Visit the ADISRA website for more information or contact info@adisra.com or the sales team.